Technology on its own, and nerds in the woods and geeks and all that stuff, has this tendency to be rather sterile. But it's really the backstory, and it's the art's backstory. Like when I go do high school presentations and people go, what can I do? And I go, listen to Hank Williams, read Shakespeare, and learn calculus. Because those three things will give you the foundations for a really great story, and to be a really great storyteller. A huge area, the Maker Faire is an excellent example, where people use technology as a raw material to create, to kind of exercise their demons, whatever it is. And by taking the shiny plastic covers off the things that are in front of you today, we're actually looking at technology in a very unapproved way.
These containers here are so you can put all of your screws in the one place so they don't roll off the table.
Yeah, it's disappointingly empty.
Totally tech.
And if there was a switch, so we didn't realize, we didn't see until we got inside that there was a switch to make the sound
It seems really primitive in some ways. It's just gear mechanisms, glue, tape, and a speaker.
Yep.
And then this really simple circuit board.
And what it brought to me was, oh, this is what my dad always wanted me to do and I was never interested in doing. This is what I should do with the library, get a bunch of girls together to take this stuff apart. That's why they have all those girl tech programs. It was neat to finally see the other side and go, oh yeah, I really needed that. Other people need that.
So if you have a chip and it's got this it looks like something got spilled on it, black goop, or it's covered up, it's because nobody wants that chip. Nobody wants another manufacturer to find out what that chip is.
There we go. It had 4 different settings.
Okay.
And so each of these,
This
is called the track.
Right.
Yes.
So if your toy makes noise, you connect one side of the speaker to the other and hit it. And when you touch that, it shorts the speaker, which is going to alter the output of the speaker. That's our first pack, right there.
Wow.
I bet that was a forward and back.
Right.
So that's the back.
They close their switch right here.
Yeah.
And what happens is it makes a helicopter sound and a light lights up. Fairly simple, right?
Yeah.
So now, instead of a light, I'm thinking to myself, what if we put a speaker on? So I'm playing with the physics of the circuit.
I can't speak this language. You know,
Yes,
if I
you
put
can.
2 things together and it doesn't work, I don't know what the next step to experiment is.
Okay, so here's the lesson. Hook something to ground and start touching other stuff. Hook something to the ground side of the battery and touch someplace else in the circuit.
Okay, yeah, so we're gonna look here. So these are all solder points, right? So this board initially just had a little holes in it. This is where the solder is being mounted, and this is like, you know, usually want to have sort of a blob. These are actually pretty big blobs. They don't have to be that big, but
So you mount the solder that drips onto the connection and then it hardens.
yeah, and actually see now I've got some solder there.
I guess about a year ago, I came home from a trip and I realized that I was flying all over the country spreading this skill set and that my local community didn't have it. So I wrote my local librarian and I got a letter back, and now every Friday at my local library from 6 to 8 is open hack. If you start to announce this in your communities, the first 2 will be 2 kids, right? The next 2 will be 2 kids and 2 people who found out it was going on, who are hired engineers or computer programmers or machinists or whatever they are. The people in your community will find it. If this is publicized, they'll find out and they'll show up.